6 months ago, I was sitting in a small conference room with my manager and HR. They didn't say the words, "You're fired," yet, but the energy in that room, I knew. Your work has been inconsistent. Deadlines missed. We need to see improvement soon. I walked out of that room, went back to my desk, opened my laptop, and couldn't focus for 10 seconds. Slack ping, check. Email notification, check. Instagram, TikTok, Reddit, 2 hours gone. I wasn't lazy, I was drowning. And if you've ever felt that way at work, this is for you. Because one tiny system, a 10-minute focus contract, pulled me out of that spiral, and I'm still here. Let's talk about what was actually happening. Every morning I'd sit down with good intentions. Today, I'll crush it. Today, I'll finish everything. But by 10 a.m., I'd already checked Slack 30 times, answered 12 quick questions, opened 15 browser tabs, and done 0 real work. The problem wasn't motivation. The problem was my brain had learned a rule. Nothing is worth focusing on for more than 30 seconds. Every ping, every notification, every tab was a tiny escape from the hard, boring work in front of me. And my manager could see it in my output. Incomplete reports, half-finished presentations, tasks that should take 2 hours stretched into 2 days. I wasn't getting fired for being bad at my job. I was getting fired for being too distracted to do my job. The 10-minute focus contract. The day after that meeting, I was desperate. I tried the usual advice: work 4 hours straight. Deep work all morning. Just stop checking your phone. It lasted 12 minutes before I cracked. So I did something different. I stopped trying to be a focus hero, and I made the smallest possible promise. For the next 10 minutes, I will do one thing. That's it. No heroics, no all-day focus marathon, just 10 minutes. Here's how it worked. I picked one task I'd been avoiding. Write the intro paragraph for that report. I set a timer for 10 minutes. I put my phone in my bag, not on my desk. I closed every tab except the one I needed. I turned Slack to Do Not Disturb, and I said to myself, for 10 minutes, I'm allowed to be bored. I'm allowed to struggle, but I'm not allowed to switch. Timer starts. I write. First 3 minutes? Painful. My brain screamed for a distraction. Minute 5? Still hard. But I'm in the sentence now. Minute 8? I'm actually writing. Timer goes off. I look at the screen. 3 paragraphs. Not perfect, not brilliant, but done. Why it worked: the problem with focus all day advice. Your brain hears threat. It sounds like torture, so it resists. But 10 minutes? Your brain thinks, fine, I can survive 10 minutes. And here's the secret. Once you get through the first 10, the second 10 is easier. Some days I'd do one contract and stop. Other days I'd chain 3 or 4 together. But I never demanded more than 10 minutes at a time. And slowly, my output changed. Reports that used to take 3 days, done in 4 focus contracts. Presentations I'd avoid for a week, finished in 2 mornings. My manager noticed. 2 months later, whatever you're doing, keep doing it. The system I still use, here's the exact setup I use every single workday. Morning, 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. First 10-minute contract before I check anything. One avoided task, timer on, phone away. After contract ends, 5-minute break, Slack, email, coffee. Repeat 2 to 3 times before lunch. Afternoon, 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. One 10-minute contract after lunch when energy dips. If momentum builds, chain another 10 if brain is fried. Stop at 1. Guilt-free. End of day, 4:50 p.m. One final contract to close one loose end. Doesn't have to be big, just one thing done. 5 days a week, even just 2 contracts per day. That's 10 focus blocks, 10 real completed pieces of work. That's more than most people do in a distracted fog all week. What changed? I didn't become a productivity machine. I still get distracted. I still have bad focus days. But the difference is, I'm no longer waiting for perfect focus to show up. I just ask myself, can I do 10 minutes right now? And most of the time, the answer is yes. 6 months ago, I was about to lose my job. Today, I just finished a project my manager called some of your best work. Not because I became superhuman, because I stopped trying to be. Here's the hard truth no one tells you. When you sit down to focus and your brain starts screaming for a distraction, it's not just about phone addiction. It's about what's underneath. For me, focusing meant sitting with the fear. What if I'm not good enough? What if I fail anyway? What if they fire me even if I try? Scrolling was easier than facing that, but every time I kept that 10-minute promise, I proved to myself, I can sit with discomfort. I can do hard things. The focus contract didn't just save my job. It taught me I wasn't broken. Your turn. If you're reading this, and you feel like you're one mistake away from getting called into that conference room, try this. Right now, pick one task you've been avoiding. Set a timer for 10 minutes. Put your phone somewhere you can't see it. Close every tab except the one you need, and just stay for 10 minutes. You don't have to finish the task. You don't have to do it perfectly. You just have to not switch. When the timer ends, you'll have something you didn't have before. Proof that you can focus. Proof that you're not broken. Proof that 10 minutes is enough to start changing the story. Do that once today, twice tomorrow. Your job? It might just survive, and so will you.